Okay, our last protocol for today. We're calling this one Equitable Success. We want to emphasize this is around the use of demographic data in Forefront, and we're going to pause for a note from Anna.
I am going to steal your screen share here for a second, David.
Okay, go for
it. So demographic data is configurable for all users of Forefront. So this is something that you can absolutely use, and we can get set up. Again, I'm going to be sharing that meeting so we can meet about that and discuss it. These are our current demographic options. I'll click through them here. I don't know if I needed the different bullet points on this, but these are the existing demographic options we have. I'll also share an article about demographic data, but at the bottom, I say these are very customizable. We're happy to support you with whatever demographic data you're interested in. So I'd be happy to connect with you and get this set up. Back to you, David.
All right, thank you. And so moving right along to Equitable Success. So the idea being here, let's use our demographic data to look at the demographics of our group and whether we're seeing any kinds of differences amongst the demographic groups. So where I am going to start with this one is a report that I've already prepared. This is made in the flexible assessment report. I pulled together all the end of unit assessments for last year.
David, share your screen.
Oh, thank you, Anna. Sorry. I forgot that I needed to do that. Oh, let me, well, I think you guys know how I got here. I opened up a report that I already made. Here's the report that I'm looking at, and I'm going to go ahead and open that report. So I'm in here, and Unit 1 through Unit 8 of our performance last year. To choose the when you first open and create a report like this, you're going to have this kind of a distribution graph that becomes visible. We're looking at the Bridges global cohort here for purposes of looking at these demographics in this case. And then to be able to use the demographics, because we don't have a demographic layout available for this report in the proficiency bands like this that we're seeing at this point in time. But however, if we go into the growth report is where we can begin to see these lines. And I can break this down by gender if we choose, or in this case, I'll go down to ethnicity. Pulled this one up this morning. Actually, we were really happy to see these results look like this, where we have these demographic groups down here. This orange line is our Latinos, and how that really comes back into the cluster here after having kind of had a little bit of a fall off during the school year last year. Kind of an interesting thing. When the demographic groups are too small, like this pink line right here, we've only got 11 students, you can choose to focus in on only those that really might be of abundance in your district, if you want to really kind of think about it that way and clean up your graph a little bit and look at specific gaps. But nevertheless, this is a great way to kind of just talk about the trends that you're seeing in the data and the big stroke kind of things. So very helpful. Once again, I would emphasize also in this that this is a very flexible report. We can go back years. So for instance, if you happen to be using the universal screeners for mathematics and for number sense, that you can say, okay, let's look at our fall results from kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, line those all up with cohorts of students going through time to see whether gaps are closing, whether gaps are broadening, hopefully not, but nevertheless, just lots and lots of flexibility with this report to be able to see trends in your data. So my suggestion on this one is let's start broad. Let's start global perhaps, or if we choose, we can obviously also turn on our district level if we have that district level demographic data in there and look at those differences. You could, for instance, in this case, if I wanted to just see, oops, let me turn that back on for a second. If I wanted to see my district's Latinos compared to the global Latinos, that's a possibility as well. We don't have any Latinos in the demo district, but so that's why that showed up that way. But we could do another demographic group to show that comparison over time.